Hi guys, it's Ankita. Welcome to another video. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I talk about books here and I'm not restricted to any particular genre. So if you want to follow me along on my reading journey and get some book recommendations, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. And without further ado, let's jump into this video. I'm going to talk about a YA fantasy trilogy. A young adult fantasy trilogy, Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I'm sorry if I mispronounced her last name, which I probably did. In this book, we follow a young girl, Evangeline, who believes in happily ever after. She believes in love and she has a lot of hope and determination, which really is key to the plot of this story. So the story starts with Evangeline having broken her heart and she approaches the Prince of Hearts named Jax. He is a notorious, infamous figure. He is actually a fate, and in this world of Once Upon a Broken Heart, fate are actually infamous for making really bad deals, and they do not have the same emotions as humans do. They are very selfish, but Evangeline is really desperate because she believes that the love of her life has been cursed, and because of that, he is now going to marry her stepsister, and she is desperate to stop that wedding. So she approaches the Prince of Hearts and she's really desperate, and he says, okay, I will help you. But he tricks her and she ends up making a really bad deal with him, and that is what actually drives this story forward. And we see Evangeline setting on a path that takes her through so many twists and turns, and Jax has his own motives for leading her through those paths at times, and it is just the most cleverly written plot that I have found in or come across YA fantasy in a really long time. And I love a clever plot, and this one has so many clever twists and it is beautifully written. There's a prophecy as well which has to be fulfilled, and Evangeline is linked to that prophecy. And there are so many people in this world who either want the prophecy to come true for it to be fulfilled, and others who want to stop it. And because Evangeline plays like a key role in that prophecy, or well, people believe she does, she faces a number of hurdles, and oh my goodness, it's just so beautifully plotted with all of these curses. There are so many curses in this story, or in this like plot. There's one particular one that I really liked, and that was a story curse. I thought it was pretty interesting. So every story in this world, in that magnificent north, changes every time a person tells that story to the next person, right? So over the years, the original story has changed so much that nobody really knows the original version of the story. And in one of the books, there's a point where Evangeline is reading a book, and as she is reading the book, the words are actually changing and the story changes in front of her eyes. Scary, but clever at the same time. That was the story curse. There are so many other whimsical, magical, like things in this landscape. There are these tiny dragons that roast apples, or was it chestnuts? I don't really remember, but just the idea of tiny dragons just made me so happy. Oh, there are heart-shaped bubbles, all these things, like these tiny details that the author has put in this story is just so it just makes for a really good reading experience. Also, not only is it a page turner, but it also is very easy to go through. I did not struggle at all. At no point did I feel that the story was dragging or any detail was unnecessary. I really enjoyed it right from the first book to the very end. All of it was really beautiful. Everything added to the story, and I absolutely enjoyed it. I ate it up. There's also a lot of angst in this book. There's like this slow burn romance. I thought it was very tastefully done, which I'm a big fan of. There are also vampires in this book, so that's a little detail I want to tell people who really like books with vampires. There are vampires in this book, which just added so much to the plot and to just the fun of reading this story. Oh, there's one detail. There's like a phoenix tree. That's just to give you a sense of how much magic there is in this book. There is a phoenix tree. Its leaves slowly turn into gold, but if a leaf is plucked before all of the leaves turn to gold, the tree just bursts into flames. And Phoenix Tree, yeah, very aptly named and imagined. I loved this writer's imagination and her ability to put it into words in such a simple, plain language and still make it so very enjoyable. Very dreamy language is what I would call it. And now let's talk about the covers of this book, because, if you've been here long enough, I love beautiful covers, and especially those that are relevant to the stories. I know nowadays I'm so sick of those covers that don't make any sense and do not have anything to do with the story, or covers that make you want to scratch your head to really figure out what's going on in the cover. But the covers on the dust jackets of these hardback or hardcover copies are so beautiful. They are all arches, and once you start reading, you will soon notice how they are all they make sense, and they're all related to the story, and they are just the most beautiful. This is a library copy. I borrowed all the books from the library. I do need to return this today. All of the 3 books are so beautiful. So if you are going to buy these books, I would highly recommend the hardcover ones. The images on Goodreads, they are not the best covers, but these ones are so beautiful. I'll try to pop some pictures here of the other 2 covers. The first book is Once Upon a Broken Heart. The second is A Ballad of Never After, and the third one is this one, Curse for True Love. Absolutely loved it. Each book is around 400 pages. They're easy to finish in a few days. I had to actually force myself to slow down while reading these books because I really wanted to enjoy and savor them. If I had the luxury of buying these books, I would definitely buy these. It's a good trilogy to gift to someone who is into YA fantasy and would love these tropes of like a fairy tale-esque story, and vampires, and someone believes in true love, but not in like a cheesy way. This has a plot, and the plot is very beautiful and strong. I love the character of Jax. I thought it was very intriguing, and it just perfectly kind of fit with Evangeline's character. I thought her determination to go on was really great. Anyway, I highly recommend these books, and I was planning to keep this video really short. So if you have any questions about this trilogy, don't hesitate to ask in the comments down below. And if you have read this trilogy, then do let me know. I'll stop there. I'll stop speaking because I really need to run to my library to return this book, and also it has stopped raining. So I should head out now. I do apologize for the glare. It is quite dark outside, but this room has a lot of windows. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.